Researcher and author Lisa McKenzie returns to St Anne's Estate in Nottingham, where she previously lived, to conduct an ethnographic study of the area and its community. This study attempts to understand and explain the effects and outcomes for individuals who face disadvantage and discrimination, and often identify as being excluded from wider British society. Exploring themes and topics such as community awareness, development, belonging and protection versus discrimination, disadvantage and exclusion, the book acknowledges a lack of opportunity and stigma, as well as the importance of local value and status for individuals who live on this estate. Mackenzie acknowledges her experience as a resident of St Anne's and that insider knowledge and connections have allowed her to access certain environments and discussion with individuals who would normally refuse to engage with outsider researchers. To begin the book, Mackenzie introduces a timeline of the establishment and development of St Anne's, and the area discussed early on in the book is the impact of the physical environment and layout of the estate, from the rows of back-to-back terraces to its redevelopment in the 1970s. Initially rebuilt to improve on the housing and local resources in the area, its layout transpired to be problematic and continues to provide challenges for residents in negotiating logistics within the community. With accessibility to their homes compromised, residents of St Anne's also felt that a rebuild created more dull-lit spaces for potential criminal activity to take place. This redevelopment also saw the decline of local businesses and community resources. A negative reputation of criminal activity in the estate contributes to frustratingly limited services for the residents of St Anne's, such as taxis, receiving mail and deliveries that most people do not have to tolerate. Such basic services, who for many do not require a second thought, become another barrier or obstacle in the lives of residents who already have many other factors of disadvantage to contend with. As well as discussing the development of the estate's physical layout, Mackenzie provides the reader with an understanding of the development of mixed ethnicity within the community, acknowledging the long history of migration to Nottingham from other countries within the UK, as well as across Europe and Russia. Mackenzie identifies a particular Jamaican influence within St Anne's, as many Jamaican men and later women migrated to Nottingham from the 1950s and 1960s after the collapse of the British Empire. With the integration of mixed ethnicity into the community, certain frictions between different cultures and issues concerning racist standpoints of local white ethnic people are acknowledged. Points also acknowledged are where integration has worked successfully, and tribute is paid to the enhancement of the community and coming together of different cultures, adding to the richness and variety of services and activities available in St Anne's. With the development of integration, also saw a rise in mixed-race relationships and mixed-race children within the community. This became problematic for some white women who were stigmatised within the community by individuals who did not believe mixed-race relationships were acceptable. In these instances, white women in mixed-race relationships and with mixed-race children found themselves rejected by their families and friends who opposed their choice of partner. A further area of focus in Mackenzie's research is that of single female parents raising children on their own within St Anne's and the challenges they have faced. This often included how they were viewed by others within St Anne's, and the stigma of having a mixed-race relationship resulted in others assuming they were rough and ready. As Mackenzie's research was coming to a close, recognition to the lack of participation of men within the study was identified. Mackenzie extended her research to ensure their input. This contributed an understanding of where men in the community fit in when their absence in social settings amongst female groups in the community is evident. Men often found in places such as a local gym, barber shops, or spending time at each other's homes provided further insight into why they appear absent in the family home. This is linked in many instances to unreliable or no employment, leading to some men becoming involved in selling illegal goods or substances in order to supplement their income. This is explored within the book with appropriate empathy in relation to the lack of opportunity for meaningful or stable work, and as a result of exclusion from wider society. The issue of absent men within the community is also described as impacting the family home in terms of women being more secure in their tenancy and financially better off if their male partner does not live with them and their children. This point illustrates the limitations experienced by individuals who, although often wishing to live together as a family unit, are committed to such sacrifices in order to survive with enough income and provide a home for themselves and their children. This is described by McKenzie as a clear challenge to the stigma often attached to individuals claiming welfare support, i.e., that they live an easy and comfortable life. Finally, within this book, many themes connected to poverty and disadvantage are explored through the stories told by individuals who have first-hand experience and live within St Anne's themselves. This allows the reader to hear their point of view and how individuals living the reality feel regarding their own circumstances. This is often described in the book as individuals being aware of how wider society views them and excludes them, despite which they continue to uphold the value for the place in which they live and wish to have that more widely recognised. Being from St Anne's may result in further challenges outside the community. However, in turn it also offers protection within the community of its residents from the wider society and its oppression.